And now, WolfBytes Open Mic.
The Bass Jackers.
Just came home actually from tour.
Hey guys, this is Phoenix Paul.
Hey, what's up? This is Sean Frank.
WolfBytes DJs and your favorite artists.
Sophie Francis. Sophie, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, it's super nice to join you guys.
What's up, guys? This is Armin van Buren.
Now, Open Mic.
Hey guys, what's up? It's DJ WhtDaHek here, and I got another edition of Open Mic. And today, my guest is Mahalo. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
You bet, bro. Thanks for having me.
What's going on where you're at right now?
Oh, just hanging in there, man. It's another sunny day in Santa Monica, California, and probably gonna get some lunch after this.
Nice. What's your go-to like lunch place around there?
Italian food, man. Italian food. Yeah, my family's Italian, so I'm all about pastas, and that's the jam. I got some pasta that I am about to prepare after this interview.
I am a huge fan of Italian food, and I love me some pasta. What would be your favorite pasta dish?
It's a good question, man. I do like a good Bolognese.
Yes.
Just keeping it standard. But I've been getting big on the pesto tip lately, man. Throwing some pesto in there, and that's just it's good. It's good.
I've tried pesto many a time, and it's like, okay, pesto sauce over pasta, I think I'm gonna like it, but then it's just, I don't know, something just doesn't quite do it for me.
Yeah, some people, it's really hit or miss. Some people hate it, some people love it. For me, I think there was a time when I was kind of iffy on it, but it's growing on me, man. It's growing on me.
Well, if you ever come to Raleigh and do a show, I'll have to start researching some seriously good pasta joints to hit up.
I'm gonna hold you to that, bro.
All right. I'll work on it then. Well, you're based in LA, but you grew up in Hawaii, which is very interesting. What was it like growing up in Hawaii?
Hawaii's great, man. It's a cool place. It's very different there in terms of living there versus the standard vacation and stuff like that. Living on an island comes with certain benefits and certain ways of life that. As I got a little bit older, with music and stuff like that, I had to transition out of there. And first thing that came to mind was, coming to music school and LA. The LA is the epicenter, I feel like, of the music world. And, I came here for college and went to music school and have never left.
Nice. So you must really enjoy LA.
I do. 11 years now, man. So it's, it's my home.
Well, if, let's see, you grew up in Hawaii. If you had to recommend one thing to do there, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. Depends on what, you're into, but you got to go and try some of the local food, For me, some of the local food there is still my favorite. Next to Italian, of course.
Right.
Yeah, man. A loco moco. Got to get down with one of those or some musubi. That's the vibe out there, dude.
I like the sound of that. Maybe you do one day like a Mahalo bar out there and you open up your own joint.
That could be cool, dude. A luau every day,
Exactly.
Get some hula dancers and,
Yeah, exactly. And maybe a little pinch of Italian food as well.
Yeah. A rotating dish, you know what I mean?
Exactly. That'd be solid. Well, you mentioned it. It's kind of epicenter of this EDM side of things. You think LA and you think maybe New York as well. Maybe not so much Hawaii. What got you into the EDM side of things?
My dad, actually. My dad and my uncle were involved in some like promotion stuff and radio things on the dance side when I was a kid. So I grew up listening to a lot of mixtapes and albums and stuff from people like Christopher Lawrence and DJ Dan, Groove Armada, a lot of the electronica stuff and trance and, all sorts of different vibes like that I just loved it when I was a kid, man. It really grabbed my attention. And it wasn't until I went to my first event that I was like, damn, all right, that's really what I want to do. But I dabbled with it before that even. I remember when I was a little kid, not a little kid, but like a 13-year-old kid, I bought Sony Acid, which was, I think it might still be around, but it's a DAW. And I was making like, little edits and stuff like that well before I knew anything about production or music theory or anything. So it's been something that I've been interested in for a very, very long time. And yeah, I'd say my dad and my uncle really deserve the credit for getting me into it.
Was there a time where you might have thought doing a different genre of music or meddled in a different genre of music?
Yeah, well, funny enough, when I first started DJing, I started DJing when I was like 16, and I didn't really do too much production at the time, and I DJ'd hardstyle music. I was a little raver, man.
Nice. Big WhtDaHek fan, maybe?
Yeah, dude. Actually, I traveled to WhtDaHek's first American show ever.
Awesome.
Here in California. It was in San Bernardino. And this must have been like 2009 or something like that. And yeah, I went to their first American show ever. I loved hardstyle, dude. But as I got a little bit older, I got a club residency. And, in a club, you don't really drop hardstyle. Right. It's not really the vibe. So I started, I had to build up a collection of house music and stuff like that. And that was when I really started getting into that. House music really started to grab my attention once I got that club residency. And, I just got bit by the bug and loved it ever since.
It's good. House music, hardstyle. I'm trying to think, like maybe even some trap in there as well. Is always that's a vibe.
Cause when we hit the rock bottom in a clean gutter, we are rock solid. Cause my brain freeze, so no colors, but we all color mono. Chrome makeup and illusions, so cold.
Let's talk about some of your tracks now. I think a good starting point would be your track "So Cold," which was Dance Radio #1 in 2019. Just tell me, how did that track come about?
That track came about. So DLMT and I met at Miami Music Week, I think in 2019. It might have been, no, maybe it was 2018. It was 2018. We met at Miami Music Week, and we're like, yo, let's work on a track together. And at the time, my managers were in the UK, and they put us in touch with this girl, Lily Denning. And that track came together like real quick. And so it was a collaboration between all three of us. And it really took off. It was really cool to see, what happened with that song. It really kind of, sparked a bunch of stuff for the Mahalo project, which was, it's still going, man. That track, I still get people talking about it and asking me about it, and we're talking about it right now, multiple years later. So it's been a really monumental track for the Mahalo project, and we love to see it.
Yeah, one of our favorites here on the station as well. So we love it. We love it.
I'm begging you to hold me like you want me, cause you're putting on a show. I'm not watching anymore. No, tell me that you're sorry. If you wanna make believe, don't get angry if I leave. No, you say a little crazy, never hurt no one. Behave, cause no one likes you when you're acting up. Hold me like you want me, cause you're putting on a show, and I'm not watching anymore.
Another one that's been a big one was Not Watching Anymore, which was #2 on Dance Radio in April. And actually, well, here's spoiler alert, we do a year-end countdown every year on our station. And if the year ended right now, it's sitting #1 on our charts. So maybe it'll be there. It's got to hold for another 3 months. And the way I play it on my shift, it might just be there.
Well,
But
that's awesome to hear, man. You know, it's got #1 somewhere.
yes, it's got to be somewhere. But yeah, just tell me about making that track.
That one was cool. The vocalist, her name is Sissy Smith. And she's fantastic. That track, you know, is more of a sort of like a breakup song, and is a high energy song that, you know, I wanted to do something a little different, which was, you know, a lot of the music that I make is, you know, a little more edgy and deeper, and, you know, that one's very high energy, and wanted to do something in that lane, and that was the result. Really happy with how it turned out, and it was amazing to see what it did. You know, #2 is still nothing to bat an eye at. So I was happy to see that, and you know, still love that track. Just listening to it a minute ago, actually.
I think the cool thing I saw with this, it was one of your Instagram posts. You were standing in like some car dealership, and you were like just standing there, and then all of a sudden that track comes on, and you're like, "Oh, I need to buy from these guys now."
Right. Yeah. I remember that, man. That was really cool. I didn't buy a car there though.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a tough call, you know. I'm playing the track, you know. That's a good way to get me to buy a car, but didn't work.
What's that feeling like when you hear like some of your tracks on all these different places or just on radio?
It's really cool to hear it when it's like totally unexpected, you know what I mean? Like you're doing some day-to-day, you know, monotonous task, and like suddenly your song comes on, you know, the speakers overhead, and you're just, it's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling. It's like, you know, sort of makes you feel as if all the hard work is definitely worth it. You know what I mean? Like if it's making its way into, you know, day-to-day life like that, and not just, you know, on your own Spotify playlist or your friends and, you know, stuff like that. So it's great, man. It's a great feeling.
Well, maybe before too long, this next one's really going to start being heard everywhere, because I'm loving it. Your latest track, Nothing Matters. Tell me about making this one, man.
Yeah. So that one, collaboration with these guys, Bloodline, who are fantastic vocalists. They've got you know, a really moody sound on that vocal there, and it's a track about, you know, that the addiction of a person, you know, and the feeling that you have for somebody outweighs everything else, you know. So that was a special sort of, you know, memento that we wanted to capture in the song, and I think it's encapsulated pretty well through the vibe of the song and the vocals, and you know, I'm really excited about the release of that one, and how it's doing.
We love it as well, and I'd be willing to bet that all these tracks we just discussed, So Cold, Nothing Matters, and Not Watching Anymore, you could catch on the Mahalo show.
You can. Each and every one has been aired on there at least once, and probably will continue to be over the years. But yeah, the Mahalo show is something that I guess, with the help of my team, started earlier this year, and we launched it with Insomniac, and it's my monthly radio show. And that's something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. Didn't really know how or where to begin, you know, previously, but after a lot of hard work, we got it done, and I'm loving doing it every month, man. It's a real it's a real great way to spend your time and showcase tracks that you're loving, and just get the vibes out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Where can people go to listen to this?
You can find it on pretty much everywhere. Like, we air it on Insomniac, and then so Insomniac Radio, and then it's uploaded into like Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud and Spotify too. But from what I remember, Spotify takes it down every week. So you gotta like re-upload it. We learned this from another artist about how to get, because they don't want like music podcasts on Spotify for whatever reason. So they take it down. So you gotta like re-upload it every week. But you can find it there too, if you're quick.
Gotcha. Well, let's talk about some of your upcoming shows. And it's actually hard to believe it's gonna be October in like less than a week or a week and change now.
Oh man, this year is flown by, huh?
Yeah, I guess kind of making up for last year, Dragon.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, you're gonna be in Chicago October 2nd at the Spring Awakening Festival.
Yes, sir.
And then also this Freaky Deaky Festival, what a name, October 30th in Houston. Just kind of curious on, do you have like a pre-show routine you do?
Eat pasta.
Eat pasta, I love it.
Yeah, got to get those carbs in, man. But it depends in terms of the pre-show routines. I try to do a little bit of like, mindfulness and stuff at the hotel or in the green room sometimes before I go on. But for the most part, just wing it, dude. Most of the time, we're coming in hot, and it's like, you're getting there into the city, and then like, checking into the hotel and then going right to the venue. So a lot of the time it's just minimizing all the stress of the traveling and stuff like that. And, just trying to get in the right headspace to go up there and perform. But it's what I signed up for, and I love it. So
is there a, like, how do you know when you have like the crowd is like really into what you're up there doing?
In layman's terms, man, when they start going whoop whoop, that's when you got them. But yeah, I try to read the crowd and see what everyone's feeling, and that definitely helps in terms of like knowing which tracks work and which ones are, maybe not the best live. But it's great to test. It's the best feeling in the world when you're testing out a new record that you haven't dropped yet. That's like maybe you're even still working on, and the crowd reacts great. That's a fantastic feeling.
Right. Well, you got those shows coming up, and other than those shows, for all the Mahalo fans out there, is there anything else maybe in the works going on, or is the main focus on those shows for right now?
There's a couple more shows. Got another show in Indianapolis coming up October 9th or 8th. Sorry, I should know the date, but it's the Friday after Chicago. I think it's the 8th. And that's with Steve Aoki.
Nice.
And then I'm in Gainesville, Florida, on Halloween. So that should be cool. I always love a good Florida show. They know how to get wild.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're with Steve, try maybe not to get pied or something. He's known for that.
Yeah. The cake.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. I'm not too big on getting caked, so might have to sit that one out and let the fans take the hit for me.
But now if he gets up there with a bowl of pasta, now that's a different story.
Dude, I'll get pasted any day, man. Any day.
I love it. Well, Mahalo, this was awesome, man. And again, thanks for doing this. This was great.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for having me. And then once again, thanks for all the support on WolfBytes. Love the station, and I'll keep listening.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thanks for doing this. And it's DJ WhtDaHek once again for another edition of Open Mic, and I'll see you guys next time.